Hey guys, this is Rahul. Welcome back to my channel Wevigour. So today I'm going to talk on a topic that is called, does nighttime eating makes you fat? So people have been worried about this for a long time. People think that if they have anything close to their bedtime or anything generally past 7 p.m. that causes them to gain fat. But is it true? Let's see what research is saying. Let's get started. If we take this old perspective into account, there can be three reasons from where this thought stems from. The first one is glucose tolerance. The second one is gastric emptying, and the third one is resting energy expenditure. So I'm going to explain these three one by one. So glucose tolerance, as the name suggests, it means how much glucose can someone handle. So people think that if they're having anything close to their bedtime, their body is not going to utilize that for energy, since the energy requirements are low during the night time. They're just lying down, they're just sleeping. Human body can store around 400 grams of glycogen. 100 to 120 grams is stored in the liver, and rest of it is stored in our skeletal muscles. 400 grams of glycogen, which is then converted to glucose when we require energy, is enough to fuel someone, and someone is going to run for 16 miles. So second thought where this idea stems from is called gastric emptying. People believe whatever they're going to eat late at night is going to come out in the morning, so all those calories are waste. Plus they're going to sleep also. So talking about the third one, which is called resting energy expenditure, it means the amount of calories your body burns just by living. So people generally believe when they have anything during the night time, their metabolism is going to plummet down, so whatever they are eating is not going to get burned down. So there were a few studies done with healthy adults. These studies compared the effect of food in the morning versus in the night. These studies told us that food which is had in the morning is comparatively more filling than what is had at night, which means that if we eat anything during the night time, that is less filling, and that can cause us to overeat, which could lead to weight gain and other metabolic problems. Although the data from animal trials was in support of this, but the human trials were not. So there were a few studies done on people having night eating syndrome. These studies suggested that people having night eating syndrome are the people generally working at late night shifts. So this study suggested that people having night eating syndrome eat generally 50% of their daily calories late at night. And because of this, they have impaired glucose tolerance, they have elevated level of blood triglycerides, they have dyslipidemia, and of course they are overweight. But there were no studies, no data which could prove this. So there is one more thing that is to be taken in account, which is called sleep duration. Now sleep duration plays a significant role in human behavior, because if you sleep less, you have more opportunities to eat food. Although there was some data which suggested that people who are having more calories later during the day, which is because they sleep less, are prone to weight gain. There were a few studies which were in favor of this, but not all studies agreed. So now that we're done with talking about old perspective, let's talk about the new one. Researchers have shown that casein protein, which is had before sleep, improves the markers of muscle protein synthesis in people. So for young and active individuals who are athletes, who are training outside, who are doing anything that breaks down the muscle, eating before sleep is very essential. Now talking about the old people, they are at an increased risk of developing sarcopenia, which is loss of muscle fiber, which can cause disability and poor quality of life. So there was a research in which a group of old people were fed casein. It was a labeled casein protein, which was fed to them through nasogastric tube, and the results were taken out. And the results showed that protein which was fed to them was properly digested and increased the markers of muscle protein synthesis in the old age people as well. Now talking about the obese people, there were a few researches done on them also. There was one which showed the effect of single macronutrients, carbs, proteins. They were taken 30 minutes before the sleep but after dinner. The results came out and they showed that eating a structured snack after the dinner lowered the urge to eat and increased the satiety levels in obese people. Since they are eating something during the night, insulin resistance was observed the following morning. Now talking about the people with GSD, which is glycogen storage disease, and type 1 diabetes. These people have nocturnal hypoglycemia, which means their blood sugar gets abnormally low during the night time. So if they don't eat anything before bedtime, their blood sugar can drop very low and they can get a hypoglycemic shock, which can result to death also. So eating before bedtimes becomes very necessary for them. Now keeping the researches aside, I would still say that overall calories matter. If you're having more than what you're supposed to have, you will still gain weight, even if you're having or not having a nighttime snack. And if you're having a nighttime snack which is under your calorie intake, you're not having anything out of hand, not having anything which is outside of your macros, you will be fine. Plus eating a proteinaceous drink or having a balanced meal before nighttime, before you sleep, is actually very essential for yourself. If you are an athlete, if you are an active individual, you will be filled with energy the next morning. So that's all for today. I am going to link the research paper on which this video is based on down in the description. You guys read the research paper and decide by yourself. This is me, Rahul, signing off. Bye bye.